Hello. So it's been a little while, a couple months actually, and I thought, you know what, I should probably do an update. It's the end of the year. Why not? I've been going through the Expanse series. I'm now on book 6. I'm about halfway through. Since my last video, I read the previous 2 books, I think. So yeah, I've just been zipping through them, really enjoying them. I did take a little bit of a break from reading in the last month, I'd say, much less than usual, but I'm getting back into it. So I thought I would talk about um, my favorites of the year and just, how it's gone so far. So before I put my phone up here to film, I checked my Goodreads. I made my yearly goal 12 books. I figure 1 book a month is very low pressure, and my life is kind of, you know, things happen, so it's good to be flexible. So I read 33 books this year, which I'm pretty proud of. Had a good handful of 5 stars, and I own some of them, so I thought I would just show them. This is not in any particular order, but I really liked The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. This is the one that's about like the Great Depression and the Great Dust Bowl in America. So it was really neat to learn about that, and I just love her historical fictions. They're always a winner. She has a new one coming out in February about this woman that goes in the Vietnam War. So I'm interested in that because I don't really know much about that war, and I think it'd be a nice spin on it. Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. This one, got a lot of hype, and I really liked it. I thought it was just my type of strange horror. It's quick read, but had some good elements in here. I really enjoyed reading this one. Super, super early in the year, I think it was. Shane got me a poetry book and I read it, and then I think I put my reread on as Goodreads for this year, but I've read it twice now. But it's Dearly by Margaret Atwood, and this selection of poetry is really good. It's really touching. She's late in her life now, so it's a lot of reflection. So yeah, this was just a really, really nice book of poetry. I'm really picky about poetry, but this one I'm definitely gonna keep on my shelves for a very, very long time. Some other 5-star books that I read that I don't have because they were library copies was Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. That one I really liked. It was the same guy that wrote The Martian, so it's a sci-fi. House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. This one I didn't expect a 5-star, but then I did. It was kind of like a young adult, new adult, I don't know how you'd say it, um, world where mythological creatures are kind of like part of the human people. So there's this girl, she's kind of like part fawn, there's vampires, angels, a whole bunch of stuff, but it's like normal. And I just love the fast pace of it. I like the characters, it was really good. I took out the second book from the library because it's a trilogy, I believe, and I did not like the second book at all. The vibe was totally off. It was just not my thing. So first book I loved, second book, no, didn't even finish it. um And the other one I got on here that I really liked was called Kaikeyi by Vaishnavi Patel. This was a retelling from like I always default to saying East Indian, but it's not necessarily Eastern India. But it's India, so Indian um myth, and it's about this royal family, and she needs to get married off basically. But she has this ability where she can influence or manipulate people's perceptions of her. And yeah, it's basically a retelling of a myth. It was really well done. It kind of felt like a historical fiction in a way, but obviously it was magical. So I really liked that. And yeah, and then I gave 4 stars to Germinal. I don't think I'm saying that right. By Emile Zola. This was that book I read about France, like, I don't know, 100 years ago or so. And it was about the people in the mines, it was the poverty. It was a very depressing kind of book, but I really liked it. It was very atmospheric, and I gave it 4, but really it probably deserves more like a 5, because although it wasn't what I expected, so I kind of went off on the wrong start with it. And then once I finished it and, returned the book from the library to the library, it really stuck with me for a while. I kept thinking about it and I'm still thinking about it. So I think, yeah, that's a sign that it was probably a 5-star read, not a 4-star. So I really like that. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be finishing Babylon's Ashes, and I'm not gonna give any spoilers, of course. This is the 6th book in the series, and I found that some of the books, they're not all the same, so I like it that way. And what I mean by that is the tone and the pacing is different. So while one book feels more political, another one's more action driven, this one seems like it's um kind of right down the middle. Like there's something really major happening, but it also feels a little bit political, like, what cards you're going to play, that sort of thing. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm excited to see where it goes. I still have a few more on my shelf, and I don't want the series to end, so I'm kind of savoring it. But yeah, that's basically my quick little rundown of what I've read this year, what I've read recently, which has been the Expanse series. I've been taking some books out of the library, but haven't been reading them. Just been going through a lot of cookbooks, which I haven't put on my Goodreads, so I guess really my number might be higher, but it's okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching Diablo 3 in the background. Thanks.